Dungeons & Dragons
is a role-playing game.
Something good that rocks
D&D action.
And dominating the world.
If people could see the artistic creations that happen within the game and the social implications and how it brings friends together and how much fun people have doing this social activity, I think people could end up considering it as valuable as sports.
Evan and I both just failed our percentile rolls again.
Her turn.
It's her turn?
Yeah.
Oh, that was come on. Dices.
Oh, this one.
Just tried one more time for me, I would have gotten 100.
What's your AC, John?
20.
Seemed a lot. I was like, only your cheek. Feel like one.
What she did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hit. And a miss.
Okay. I think I can take one hit.
11. She's rolling nothing but max damage.
No, she rolled a 10 against me.
The moral of the story is, when fighting something with this long needles all over its body, is a better idea.
That's what I was trying to do.
Moral of the story is don't save small children who get kidnapped by giants.
The moral of the story is dwarf paladins suck.
The moral of the story is, well, there's no moral because we're dead.
Do I swing or do I...
John, you're going to die this
attack
turn.
opportunity.
Oh, okay, swing. That is a 19 again.
Okay, damage?
6.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
How does she die? Describe it, please.
Okay. Wait, you have a longsword?
Longsword.
Yeah. Alright. You end up slicing your longsword across her gut. She drops. She's sort of like screaming and clutching her organs. Then she falls to the ground and dies.
John would have died that turn if he hadn't killed her. John would have died that turn if he hadn't killed her.
You guys show up back at the temple where the mother's waiting.
I want to be carrying the boy.
Alright. She runs out, she grabs the child, hugs him really, really tight. She's like, if there's anything that I can do for you ever, just name it.
Well, I think some people look at the game and they see the rules. And, the rules are really just there to give form to the game aspect of it. To give you challenges to overcome, numbers and rules to work with. If you understand the rules and you understand what's possible, you can do whatever you want.
Sort of. I've been a bad DM this week because I don't have the adventure completely done.
I think that Conan is very entertaining. I mean, Schwarzenegger. What are you gonna do?
My character is a half-orc monk. His name is Acklin.
I think most characters, though, tend to represent some aspect of the player's personality.
He is lawful good. He worships a goddess of oases. Hi, camera. Dang it, I should probably walk away, but I'm too much of a diva. You see, his mom was an orc, and his dad was a normal guy. So, yeah, things happened. Acklin was born, and he's ugly.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Just hanging out, getting some D&D action in. He's lawful good, which that's his alignment. Basically means that he's a good guy and he has like a strict set of codes that he follows.
I'm going to be playing an elf named Elendio.
The fact that you're telling stories about characters and your characters grow and your team seems to grow.
I have a very strong longbow that I use to get me a higher damage. Rangers are they're very dexterous players. I have a very high go on that.
Well, that creativity is really what is intriguing.
I really try and respect creativity. Anytime my players are creative, I reward them. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's almost too easy for them, but I really want them to be creative because that's what really makes the game different from a video game. And also, I think it sharpens my mind in many ways, in dealing with people socially, in making an artistic endeavor, and being a storyteller. Those are skills that I think are just as valuable as what else I could be doing here, so I tend to put it high on the priority list, and I don't feel guilty about that.
Yeah, it's fun to sort of lose yourself in a different world for a while.
It's a very stimulating experience in a lot of different ways.
Color in the darkness. I don't know what his story is, but is he totally BA?
Yes. You know, like bring bring. When it is good, when it is awesome, it's awesome because it happened out of nothing. You know.
I'm going to relate it to theater because I think it sort of applies. I mean, why do some people really love to act? And that's how I see it. It's acting. It's creating a story. Why do some people like it? Some people do it for the sake of the story. I think some people are drawn to stories and things they can say and experience through them. And I think some people enjoy becoming someone else, a different character, for a while, and living living through that character for what, an hour or two, 3 or 4, or the whole night probably.
Mine never really take more than 4 hours, but I've been in some that have taken as much as 6 hours. Depends on the pace that the players move and how interested they are in progressing, and a lot of it depends on the dungeon master and how he might prod players along, and a lot of it is how compelling the environment is. You know, if the players are just thrown into a room, you know, they tend to fool around more, but if they're thrown into a more interesting room, they tend to explore more and progress more quickly.